Dum 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 dum. I have to do it live.
So they can't hear it out there.
No, you can hear us. You're live.
God damn. What's going on, mother lovers? We are back with some more of that shit you might not never know nothing about. And trust me, there's a whole bunch of shit you might not never know nothing about that goes on behind the scenes when we're setting this up. But this is hip hop. This is how we live. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry. It might feel, because I often hear people talking about, you know, it ain't the same, bring it back to how it was. And, But trust, beneath the surface, the real ones are still keeping it real. We're still raggo. What did Primo say in that skit talking about the cockroaches? We'll never die. We just multiply. You know what I mean? We're still here, boy. It's some shit you might not never know nothing about, or just in case the kids are up, something you might not never know nothing about. My name is Mys Diggy. I am your host, and my co-host across the boards, holding it down. You know, doing Mr. Octopus over here is Dan DNA. Yo, make some noise for Dan DNA, mother lovers.
Red man.
Yeah, this ain't, all right. Yeah.
It should be on. Oh, hang on.
See? You made sure it worked for him. So we know it's working. Yo, yeah, man. We're live and direct right about now. We want to apologize for missing out last week, man. You know, it gets a bit hectic sometimes. And I end up only having like Tuesday and Wednesday as days that I can sort out stuff for the rest of the week. So yeah, there's something like, you know already, man. We'll be here when we can be here. And when we're here, we'll be doing it proper. Today, we're just going to spend an hour and a bit with you lot, man, because, you know, I'm flying out tomorrow. I've got a couple of shows with Smokey Joe and the Kid in France. Shout to the guys, man. Shout to everyone who caught us at Boomtown, man. That was a crazy event, man. I had a couple friends down there. Shout out to Tubalicious, big up Lipton MC. Shout out to Intrepid Farms and the crew as well. They came down. Boy, all I got to say, man, it was a wild ass weekend. You know what I mean? I did the old Pete Tong and the orchestra, the Essential Orchestra. I did my last gig with them, but they had one more show the next day. And so we're in Newmarket, and so I shot up to Newmarket, and then from Newmarket the next day went down to Winchester, and then met up with the French guys. You know what I mean? Them they were excited, man. It was refreshing, you know, the way they were excited. I cannot wait to perform in England or to perform in London. You know what I mean? And yeah, smashed it up as well. Unfortunately, they cut our set a bit short because there was some technical jugglings going on to start off with. And so it ended up that, we didn't get the full hour. We had about 50 minutes. So I was going to get my tits out, man. You lot missed out. I was about to get my tits out. It was hot.
Beach body out.
Bruv, it was hot as a mother lover down there. Before we got onto the site, people were messaging me saying like, yo, bruv, there's no air here. Like it was, stagnant air. So they couldn't really breathe and all that. How mad hot it was. But luckily when we got there, it got a bit more windy. But it was a crazy ass festival. I will say, yeah. How can I put this? I'll say it like this. Look, I'm not really down with all the cashless jugglings. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
that was quite bad
it's awkward, man. It's just awkward. And, what I felt was that it's like you don't know how much you're spending.
So what do they actually do then? What's the process?
So you get a band, they give you this wristband, and then on the wristband there's some kind of QR code thing, microchip, fucking whatever, and then you can top that up either online, so you can top it up like via your phone, going online, which was a bit weird because there was bad reception there for a lot of people, so I don't know how that was working. Or they had spots there where you could top up, but there's a mad queue there to top it up. So, it was, and it's like, I guess maybe there's some policy that's been thrown out there where festivals are like, look, if you're going to do this, this is how you got to do it, though, for safety. You know what I mean? And maybe that's why they got to do it. But it's like the one place where you want to feel free, the festival, you're still kind of trapped in this paradigm of, oh, yes, but if you use this thing, and it's like, bruv, I want to just where's the cash, man? Let me find out how much I'm spending. You don't know how much you're spending. You'll be like, yeah, let me get 4 shots of rum. Let me get 2 beers. Let me get, this, that. And then they're just like, yeah, here you go, brother. And you just tap it. And you're not thinking of, because you're in festival mode, so you're not thinking about like, right, how much am I, let me count my funds and make sure. So you just tap, bam. Bruv, I must have tapped a bunch. I did rounds here, there, and everywhere. Then I was like, right, how much is left on this thing then? I don't even know what I've been spending in that. And then I goes, yeah, can you just, like, I bought around and I goes, oh, can you just tell me how much I've got left on it? And he went, bap, and he goes, yeah, you've got 0 on there. And I was like, what? I was like, what? I magically managed to spend just the right amount of, what did I put, 50, 70 pounds or something? I spent the right amount that I got to 0 exactly. Like,
no, we round down.
Yeah. I was like, right. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Do you take Oyster cards?
Yeah, Oyster card. Probably.
Do you take Oyster card?
Probably. They probably would, man. Passport. You got your passport, you can just... Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But yeah, it was fun doing the festival.
How long was you there? Did you stay...
Yeah, I stayed for a bit. You know,
it was on the Saturday, wasn't it? So
yeah.
So did you stay for Sunday and?
Nah. You know what? I just did Saturday,
right,
and then stayed there till late, like 3, 4, something like that, and then bounced there. Went back to the hotel.
What did them lot do? So you had a hotel with the French lot.
Yeah. And then after that,
nice.
But it's nice, man. Yeah, it's a good little gig, man. So shout out to all the crew that came down to that, man. Because yeah, man, people were definitely saying it was a highlight for them. It was for us as well, man. Big up the crew in the chat room, the common sensors, man. How can I forget you mother lovers, man? Oh, hey, I appreciate you lot. How do you lot find out that we're on, by the way? I want to know. Is it a case of like you get an update from YouTube or, wherever? Or do you see when I post and go, yo, we're on? Because sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't even know if people see it anymore. Insta's on some mad one, bruv. Even if you're posting your own music now, hey, your music has been, they take it down from certain countries because of this. It's like, what? I'm on the tune. We talking about? It's weird, man. So yeah, it's tricky now. Like, and also I've noticed you post, and then when it's like obvious that you're posting something that's to be sold or to get some kind of monetization,
they flag it.
Nah, they're just a bit like, hey, this not many people will see this then because you should
right,
pay.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah, it's very much
they
like
just
that.
filter out anything where you're, unless you pay for an account, obviously. Yeah. It's the same with Twitter. If you can pay for promoted tweets, can't you?
Yeah.
So probably when you're advertising your own stuff, if you're not paying for a promoted account.
Yeah.
And to join the promoted thing, I tried going through the process to see how you join the, to become a so you can promote tweets or whatever, just to see what the process was like. And it takes you through all these different bits, and then it just says you're not eligible to promote for promotion stuff. Don't tell you how or why.
They said to you you're not.
Yeah, it doesn't say to you you're not eligible because of this and this. It just says you're not eligible.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. And what is it? How do you like? What's the criteria for being eligible then?
It doesn't tell you.
Wow.
It's probably to do with numbers, or if you've got a lot of people following, you might have
we're
to
going to take your money to.
Yeah, you might have to get a verified account first or something, or I don't know.
What does it mean to be verified now? Does it mean that that's like, yeah, you're definitely the person that I think I'm following?
Yeah. You have to like, there's all things like you have to have your real picture, don't you, on Twitter. You have to have an actual picture of you as your avatar. You can't just have,
Is that just to get your verification?
Yeah, you got to do that.
You can change it back to a duck.
I don't know. Yeah, I suppose you can have if you can have a Simpsons cartoon representation of yourself. But I've seen people with like 800 followers or stupid numbers of followers getting verified on there.
800 ain't stupid, man. Don't
but it can't be. What I mean is, there's people out there with millions of followers out there, and they're verified, and then there's people with 800 followers who are verified.
Yeah, but they've probably gone through the right channels to get it verified.
Yeah,
like,
you got to jump through a lot of hoops. Yeah, not talk about certain things.
But like, so I'm wondering. So you put the face on, and then bam, once you got the face on, you get verified. Now you can switch up the face. You can be your elbow or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, ashy elbow.
Yeah, you can say that's my elbow. Yeah,
that's all right then. But I can't be bothered to jump through the hoops, man. To be honest, if you don't believe it's me, Anyway, the shit I talk online, I think it rubs people the wrong way. So
Yeah.
you know, I try not to talk too much shit online. And the other thing I was talking about today is the arguing thing as well. It's like, from what I see when it comes to online argument, yeah, where
Yeah.
people are going back and forth for days.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gleam. Yo, what ends up happening, it's no longer about what the initial argument was. Now it's about correcting each other or misinterpreting each other and like doubling back on what was being said. So it'd be like, no, I said da 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 da, and then you said da 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 da, like as if da 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 da. How am I saying it like as if da da da? What you said was da da da, you know, and it ends up just like, right, you lot are just now trying to hit the verbatim button every minute now just to clarify what people are saying. It's like, yeah, so there's no argument. I don't think online is the place for arguing, basically. I think arguing is better face to face, because then you can punch each other if it gets to that.
There's two types of argument. You know, there's like rhetorical and dialectic. So with dialectic, you're actually arguing facts and figures. So if someone says, yeah, but this study says this, and this. Okay, well, this study says that. But when you go, shut up, you dickhead, like that's when it becomes rhetoric. You know, so you're just talking about personal opinion. Yeah. So that's where it gets a lot of the time. Then it turns into like one person's trying to do dialectic argument of like, well, you know, I've seen this study and or like, you know, trying to sort of state objective or you know, quote unquote objective evidence, and then the other person's just like being rhetorical. So as soon as someone turns rhetorical, all you can do is turn rhetorical as well. You know, there's no point in trying to argue with someone who's using names. There's no point in trying to make a good point against someone who's calling you names, is there?
No,
if someone's calling you
not.
names, you might as well just stop trying to prove something and just call them names back.
It's kind of the easy way out, though, the name calling, because it makes it, well, this is my opinion, it makes it look like this is more so a kind of, you know, it's a see who's got the bigger balls kind of thing. It's not so much like talking about the actual subject and trying to get to the reality of it. Do you know what I mean? Which is really what we should be trying to do. But yeah, it's like one person feels this way about a topic, another person feels this way, and then they just continue clashing, as opposed to like, oh, what is it then? You know, let me look at what is it over here that makes you look at it in that way? Okay, same, let me look. And then now you can really argue, because if you still feel the same as you did before, it's a true argument. You can, but I know about that, but because of the, you know, that doesn't work because blah, 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 you know, and you can really get to, but yeah, it always ends up just like, right, boy, these two are just bitching at each other now.
Yeah. Gleam's probably seen it, but there's some people who are really good at bringing people back on track all the time of like, okay, I know you're like getting upset about this thing I've told you, but let's just go back to the point, you know, whereas most people just get annoyed when someone starts insulting them, you know, but some people are really clever at bringing people back into the conversation.
Yeah, I think, and that's
how you should be. You should try and bring people back in rather than let them drift off.
Okay, that's cool, but let's get to, you know, the reality of what we're saying here, of what you're saying here is so and so. And what I'm seeing is blah, blah, blah. Now let's, you know what I mean, get to the bottom of that and then we can move on. But as soon as it's, oh, are you one of those do-do-do-do-do? Are you do-do-do? Oh, you're probably a flat earther who do-do. It's like, yo, you're throwing all these names at me that I haven't said to you that I'm that, but you know, you're assuming now. This is all, like you said, rhetoric now. You're just making assumptions, saying like the everyday thing as well. Right? Oh, everyone says that. Oh, is he? He's racist. Oh, yeah, I don't believe him then. No, he told me my house was on fire, but I'm not going to bother check because, you know what I mean? Let's do this, man. Big up to all the crew locked in right about now. Common Senses, you know we love you, mother lovers. Shout out to Don Smithered. What's going on, bruv? We got a chat, man. You saying we got a chat? We got a chat. Shout out to P Hawk. What's going on, brother? Yo, crew are in the building. Black Einstein, he says evening all, as always, mate. Cool, blimey. Yes, man. Right, you lot going in. What's the chat going on there? Robbie Love. Shout out to Robbie Love. Bumping some Sunny Jim. Nice. I heard Sunny Jim's got a tune with MF Doom and man, how can I forget this now? Oh, he's got a tune with two people that you're like, yo, that must sound sick. It's MF Doom. I can't believe. Oh, and J Electronica. That's it. MF Doom and J Elect. Yeah.
Wow.
Sick.
Okay, no.
Sick, man. Yeah, got to check that out, man. Said he's bumping some of the Sunny Jim. It's nice to hear. Yeah, you lot were going in, man. I was trying to catch up on the little chat there. What the hell are you lot talking about, man? Jeez. But yes, big up all the something you might not never know nothing about Mother Lovers locked in. Big up Gleam in the building. What's going on, brother? Shout out to Mr. Green, IBMCs. Yes, man. Yeah, that's it. J-Elect, man. IBMCs is on it. When it comes to, like, the music, I don't play around, bruv. Like, that mix, there's a mix that the man put up. I was just like, right, I forgot I even done that shit, man. Serious. And shout out to the High Focus crew. Big up to Tremendous, Forrest DLG on the production. You know what I mean? If you lot have seen it, the single is out right about now.
Yeah.
It's called Talk, featuring myself, Mys Diggy. Tremendous goes in on it, boy. She gets all Aggie on there. Yeah, just brought out Aggie Mice. So, you know, Aggie Mice had to come in.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, she brought out the
angry one.
The angry one.
She Gamma Ray's Hitman. That's it. Yeah, sounding sick, man. And big up to the Canadian Dad as well. He did I saw a video where he did you know, like a Canadian Dad. I don't know if you heard about him, but he reviews UK hip hop. He reviews hip hop, I think, a vast amount, but he's focused on UK hip hop quite a lot of recent. Right. And he's like it's kind of like Gogglebox, but for, you know what I mean, UK hip hop tracks, I guess. Or like hip hop tracks, yeah. So he just
does them listening things.
Yeah, reaction. That's it. Reaction videos. Okay. Yeah, and yeah, man, he said some really nice stuff, man. So go check that out.
Oh, good.
And what's beautiful about that is the fact that it's someone from outside of our realms. You know what I mean, like the UK hip hop world.
Yeah.
Who's discovered this scene and discovered the music and the different artists and producers and whatnot. And has kind of dedicates quite a bit of time into sort of putting us out there. And, you know, there are people from Canada that are like, yo, I never heard of this, or, you know, like checking it out as well. So I think it's beautiful.
Canadian Dad Reacts.
Yeah, Canadian Dad Reacts. So yeah, go check that out.
Reacting to hip. He's actually got it in his description. A Canadian Dad reacting to hip hop from the UK. Yeah.
Oh, so that's what he focuses on.
Yeah. So his last one is the Tremendous featuring Mys Diggy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's pretty cool to see that, man.
Canadian Dad, give us a shout. We'd love to have Canadian Dad on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a very good idea, bruv.
Yeah.
Check Debo.
Yeah, he's doing some good ones here, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Shout to Low 3. He said, yeah, he listened to Jest. Yeah, you're right. Shout out to Mass Detective. What's going on, bruv? Good to see the fam in the building. Do you know what I mean? Yo. So, yeah. Mad week. Shooting off tomorrow. And then coming back Sunday. Then we got Carnival. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not hosting this year, but I'm going to be down there doing the total opposite of working. So, you know what I mean? I'll see you lot down there if you see me down there. And then on Wednesday, should we do some housekeeping?
Oh, yeah. Housekeeping. I'm still not sure whether the audio is working.
Oh shit, you lot might not be able to hear that.
Yeah, so I'm having to fill them in myself.
You lot might not never know nothing about still like all them way there. Like.
Right, so it's this one is for next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Wednesday, the 31st of August. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? We're entering into Virgo. It is that time where we start taking the crops down. You know what I mean? Getting ourselves prepared now for the winter months coming.
Passing the torch.
But yeah, before we do that, we pass the torch, and we do that for our big bro in the sky, man like Ty, T-Y. Rest in eternal peace, my brother. An evening celebrating one of UK hip-hop's greatest. That's no lie, man. T.Y., there's going to be a bunch of us performing down there. Wednesday the 31st of August at the Jazz Cafe. You can catch Shorty Blitz. You can catch Skinny Man, Genesis Elijah, the Beatbox Collective, Psycho Mantis, K9, Black Twang, Freshers, Nutty P, Haroon Speaks, Amy True, Joker Star, Isetta Sheriff, hosted by Peaches and DJ Baby Blue. That's good to see them two back together again as well, man. That's an old school combination right there. Peaches and Baby Blue. Those are the Deal Real 2.0 times. You know what I mean? You can't forget about that. Please come through if you can, man. That's going to be at the Jazz Cafe. All proceeds are going to Ty Pass the Torch Foundation. That is Ty Pass the Torch for Ty. An evening with a bunch of mother lovers, including myself, Mys Diggy, my DJ Lock.
I'll be down there with the camera.
Yeah, man.
The camera and the microphone.
Exactly.
So people can come and find us.
Mm-hmm. If not, we'll find you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, please come down if you can. That's going to be a good one. Other than that, a whole bunch of other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to play the tremendous video at the end. Because you know how it works with this YouTube juggling. Is basically they kind of make sure that whoever's video it is gets what they deserve for it. So sometimes you might get flagged. So, but you know what I mean? We can listen to it here. Shout out to the Lab Cats. We could listen to it here, and then you know what I mean. You lot go and show it some love on the High Focus comment section. Share the video as well. People really show some love.
I'll put a link in for it now, actually.
Yeah, man. Jazz Cafe is a legendary spot, and Ty, he used to put on quite a few events there. He performed there a bunch of times, but he also went out of his way to put on events, you know, pass the torch. And he would put on a bunch of artists, man, but a bunch of up-and-coming artists, some, you know, that have already been around as well, been around the block. But, you know, it was the fact that he helped others live their dream. Do you know what I mean? That was really a sort of, is a very highlighted factor about one of our elders. You know, he was making sure that, like, yo, these people need to perform. I've got, you know, the stage. I've got the followers that can get people there. Let's do something, you know, that kind of thing. And it worked out. And he's always been like that as well, man. Like, he's always been someone that does a bit more than just like feature you on a track or whatever. You know, he's like, I never got to support him on a tour or anything like that, but there would be things where he'd ask, like, would you be up for performing at this spot or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, man, like, yeah, let's do it, you know? And that meant a lot, man, because, yeah, that doesn't happen all the time. Definitely not as much as, you know, as it should. Yeah, yeah. Definitely not as much as it should. You know what I mean? Like, with a lot of younger artists, you'll notice the ones that have their head on their shoulders a lot more than others are the ones who had some kind of schooling, some kind of big brother, or, you know, some kind of guidance. Do you know what I mean? And without that guidance, it's so easy to get lost in this, because the music world is like not what you think it is. No. You know what I mean? It's like once you get in it, you realize, like, oh man, this is either you go along with the madness, or you're just like, yeah, this is not me, but I still want, you know. And yeah, people can take advantage of you because of that. Yeah. And yeah, unfortunately, I still believe, man. Like, check this. I feel like there were a lot of people here trying to make hip hop music, you know, like the mid 90s, like early 90s into mid 90s and whatnot. And then when it didn't really work out for them, and then starting to see that it was working out for other people, you know, whether it's Skinny, Jest, you know, Roots Maneuver, whoever, then they started to kind of turn their back on it and then was like, oh, I'm going to help these other youths do their thing, you know, like this, and I can manage them, man. And, you know, like, it's kind of like, okay, I can live through them. But then this was the whole grime world or garage world or, you know what I mean? It was other stuff. And I feel like something like that had gone on. There's a few key people where you're like, right, but they used to be, and they used to be an artist, isn't it? And then, you know, and now they're switching. Like, yeah. And then look what Westwood did. He switched on it.
Yeah.
More or less the same thing, but just blatant. You know,
Yeah.
just like someone who's really out there. So I feel like there's something like that. Let me know what you lot think about that, man. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. Let's get a roll call in because it could be the paranoia kicking in. I don't know. Let's get a roll call. What's going on with the roll call, brother lovers?
What one have you started on?
I got a shout out to the LCs, I should say, the LCs. Man's on some what is it? Tropicana cookies crossed with grenadine.
Right, well, that might be
sweet one.
You can stick it on that website. Say slight paranoia with this one.
I was showing Dad earlier that there are websites of that because obviously LA, California, Canada, and places like that are all, you know.
Maybe slight paranoia with this one. Not sure.
Not sure. Still, there's some like you get reviews like that where they're like, "I've just had some and I'm sitting back now. I'm gonna give it 20 minutes and then I'll update this review." Like, Ross, you don't really want us to know how you're feeling, boy. But yeah, what was I gonna say about Canada?
The website. The channels where they've got the lists on there that have got different.
Yeah, I showed Dan about
there,
that. Yeah. I showed Dan about that, and then he's like, "What the hell?" And there's some that
reviews.
Like is it called Strain Hunter or something like that? But it will go to the phenos. So it will go like, "This is a cross between blah blah blah." You click that, and it will go, "Yeah, this is a cross between da 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 and da da da." Click that. That's a cross between da 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 and da 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 and some unknown. It will be shit like that, but it's all like mad history on the bud.
Wikiweedia.
Yeah, all
like
that stuff.
mumsnet for weed smokers. So it's like you
Wikiweedia, you know.
You should don't let people have this one. Yeah. This one, don't be around people who are on this one. This one's fine around people. You know, sort of like what would you responsible smoking, and you know they're trying to create an environment, a sort of a place where you can sort of look it up and go, I've just got this weed. Let me just check it's going to be all right. I don't think I'll smoke that now. Actually, I might save that till after work.
Yeah. It's true, you know.
Yeah.
It's so true, man. And there's like the amount of different buds, and you're just like, rah. Some websites, they won't even have everything. So you got to go to some underground website because it's like a new strain. The dark web of bud, boy. Yeah, man. But you can find out. It's good as well because obviously you know what it's like, but this doesn't sound like something I'll be
been ripped off.
Yeah. You know you've been ripped off. Shout out to Regantology in the building. Well, so let's see what you lot are saying because I know people are going to show off now.
IBMC's random strain, dunno, it ain't great though.
IBMC's never boosted up his strains, man. Who was it before? He said, what was it? There was a phrase someone said, like the straggly bits or something like that. It was something hilarious. So it's like, yo, you know, that's like the bottom of the barrel, boy. You know, like when man starts scraping out the grinder. Yeah. He starts scraping out the grinder, boy. Like, or get a little one paper
or steaming it over the kettle, try and make it just swell up a little bit, make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
No, it's not dry.
Yeah, steaming is the oh man. But I remember, man, they used to shot and it was like steaming the green, like, bruv. And you steam it, and you feel like, right, look, it gets bigger. And then bam, you give that a little while. Once that dries up, you're fuming. Or when you blaze it, you're like, later. That gave me tea bags, boy. Straight up tea leaves. Yeah. Nah, man, you can't be You can't be steaming the weed, man. Steaming the weed, man, that's sacrilegious. That's like, you should get whipped for that. 20 lashings. Yo. All right, so let's see what's going on. 20 lashings. That's mad. That is mad. Yeah, shout out to the roll call crew. Let's see what you lot are saying, man. All right. Someone's showing off already. Stardog still. Such a lightweight these days. Robbie Love is on the Stardog. Jeez. The thing about Stardog is it tastes different at different times. So that's why it works for a lot of people. But it's blatantly become
different
the
times
new,
of day
like,
or
ammo.
different times of...
No, like you can take a couple puffs and then it might have a bit of a tangy thing to it.
Oh, right.
Then a couple other puffs and it's got more cushy.
Right,
yeah. So I think that's why. But
it's
man,
complex. It's got complex terpenes.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, there's probably a lot going on, so sometimes you're a bit more like numbed out to a certain level, and then there's then other times hits other.
That's true.
You know, I just learned. That's stuff I've learned. Stuff I've picked up.
Yeah, he's getting on it, man. Low 3 says Skittles, man, nice and fresh. Yeah, Skittles definitely. That's another one that the terps can. It's like usually quite sweet. Like proper Skittles, it's like literally
like Skittles.
Like you just empty the whole bag of Skittles. Like you're not on no Mariah Carey shit, any color, no racism towards Skittles. And then you know when you start chewing
Seriously?
and then bam, that flavor where it's just like yo, I'm getting all kind of shit going on. Yeah, that's what Skittles can be like, the proper Skittles. Mouth watering, man. And then because of that terps, you get quite a euphoric feeling. You know what I mean? It's something you might never know nothing about. We'll have to do but we probably have to do it on like Odyssey or something like that, but do like go in on like different strains, like have some kind of big Zoom meeting with all the blazers and that, and then everyone just talking about different strains. Like it'd be like, fuck, you know.
Everyone has to have like a sort of 4 people on a Zoom call. Everyone has to have at least 3 strains of them.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Different to each other, or you know.
No, I think the same, and then they talk about. So it's like wine testing.
That's different. Yeah, that's a whole different concept for a show you got there.
Virtual wine testing.
Yeah.
Virtual vine. Get Vide vine. Don Smith, Diamonds and Sauce, Purple Dog, Animal Cookies, Pine Kush, Couple Moroccans. Jesus Christ. He never ceases to amaze. Regantology, I know what he's on about. Gelato. Woo-hoo. Real runts. Hilarious. Yeah, the runts is pretty crazy as well. Very tangy. Damn, Don Smith says, and Sunday Driver and Cali Paya. Jeez.
Sunday Driver.
So IBMC's mentioned something interesting. Get yourself medical weed, people. It's super easy. So I heard that it's really expensive though. Like you can get like a license or whatever. You have to qualify for it. So there's only like some very small criteria as well. But then once you do get the license, you can only buy like there's only one strain that you can get. This is what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not. Only one strain, which is Gorilla Glue, and it's cost some crazy amount as well. It's like a ridiculous price for a Henry or something. Like, bruv, come on, man. I gotta go doctor just to fucking pay more. You serious? And it's just the one same strain. You'll get sick of that strain, man. The reason why people like Don Smith and Regantology, all them man there, you have different strains is because it's like you get used to, it's like a workout. If you don't like lift the bar a bit, you know what I mean? Lift up the weights, you just stay stagnant. Yeah. And that's what happens. Bun. It's like, oh, this ain't doing nothing.
Progressive overload of strains. Yeah.
Sunkissed, perfectly cured. Go on.
What's that one? Sunkissed.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if I can find them.
MK Ultra. Look for that one.
MK Ultra.
Yeah, that's another one, man. Still, shout out to BLA. Big love always, King. Good to see you, man. What's the roll call saying? Straight Stardog tonight. Oh, see, we got 2 on the Stardog. J Talib. I heard someone was talking about weed. Yeah, that's what we do right here, man. Something you might not never know nothing about. People come on here and start showing off about their strains. You know what I mean? That's why I have to push the barriers now. I've got to widen my horizons on my strains, because the way these lot talking, I don't like the dribble that I have to wipe from my mouth sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Jay Talib, this is what we do, man. Welcome.
So
Okay, so Smith is saying Stardog gets big because it makes great concentrates. Yeah, I heard about that as well. I'm not too. I didn't really enjoy it as a concentrate, to be honest. There's something like weirdly, oddly sort of bitter about it. That I didn't really be. I can imagine like purple Stardog would be better, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know how it is. Oh shit, Jay Talib is on some sunset sherbet. Oh, it's J-Mo. You joker. Yes, bruv. Jay Beezy in the building. Oh. Shout out to this one. Low Life. Real heads know the soap bar. Bruv, don't start talking about the old school soap bar, boy. That was just... Soap bar was all right sometimes, but mad hot rocks, man. Mad hot rocks.
Yeah, ruined a lot of clothes.
A lot of clothes, a lot of chests, a lot of thighs.
A lot of sofas. A lot of other people's sofas.
A lot of rugs.
When you're young.
A lot of other people's dogs and cats. I know you lot. Don't even act like you never accidentally dropped a hot rock on your brethren's cat. Wow! I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. Just freaked out or something, man. And then the rest of the night, you're just paranoid about whether you get caught. But the cat, he's like, cat, just bounce. Just don't be around here. Cat's got a mad scar that just smelling of burnt fur, boy. Burnt fur and hot rocks. So bar was dangerous, but it was nice. But I think the old school era, like the best pox was the obviously the Moroccan stuff, pollen, but it was the old school era was like gold seal.
Yeah.
And people used to talk about gold seal, like rah, with that like Lebanese, the light Lebanese, like yo. This time there's bits of heroin in there. You didn't realize you was
That's why. So that's why you always went.
That was
got so much of it. Yeah.
Some great terpenes. Yep, I believe that. I believe that, man. Who else? Oh, time done changed since the £10 bag. You damn right. Chem Dog. You like, oh man, the Red Seal. Are you on about the Red Seal plastic gleam? Yeah, Red Seal, the plastic. But I told you about my story with the Red Seal, boy. Like, yeah, never again, mate. Never again. If you accidentally burn the red bit, because it's plastic. Yeah, and you're just, I remember it was like, it must have been school. Paranoid, man. You're all types of paranoid, because your whole, your chest is like that. You're like, bro, I don't know why. And your mouth, it don't taste that great. It's like, yeah, you were burning Red Seal, bruv. But the actual seal, you fucked up. You fucked up. All right. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like that's it. All right. Roll call was kind of juicy, man. I'm very, very, very impressed with you, mother lovers. Very impressed. Do you know what else I'm impressed with, D?
What?
The CMOS Boss. The CMOSboss.co.uk, mother lovers. That's the place you need to go for another type of veg. Your sea veg. All types of sea vegetables, from Irish moss to bladderwrack to spirulina to sea salt with kelp seasoning to sea spaghetti to wakame to dose. When I'm talking about all your vitamins and minerals involved in each, everything I just reeled off there, if you got all of that, you're good. Like, trust me, you're good. You got your antioxidants. You've got, I believe it's something, what was it, 192 of your 108 vitamins and minerals like that you need involved. And yeah, it's just quality material as well. I've been on the CMOS for a minute now, and I've got to that point where I don't need to have it every day. You know what I mean? Feeling good, skin, your joints, muscles, your hair. You know what I mean? All I'm waiting for my eyes to just sort themselves out. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different products there you can have a look at, do some research on as well. I think the wakame is really good, man. Like, you just grab a bit, cut it up, leave it in some distilled water or spring water, let it sort of soak in the moisture. After about 15-20 minutes, bam, you can do what you want with that. Add that to a meal, and yeah, very nutritious. Also, the dose bites as well got quite an acquired taste in terms of, if you like salty, but very high in the B vitamins, which are really good for skin, eyes, and hair and whatnot, and all your vital organs. So definitely get on down to CMOS Boss, thecmosboss.co.uk, and to get yourself a whopping 20% off. When you get to the cart, make sure you enter in the code ABOUT20. That's about in capitals 20, and you'll get yourself 20% off any of the products on the cmosboss.co.uk. Mother lovers. You're damn right. Yeah, man. So yeah, we big up to our last guest, who was Vinny B. We had a really good chat with Vinny B.
That was good.
Yeah. We're going to be chatting with him again, and also he's going to help us out getting a few other people that are going to bring some shit you lot might not never know nothing about. Yeah, it will get a bit crazy. Trust, it will get a bit crazy, but I think it's going to be interesting. The open dialogue is needed in this world, because you can tell that since people have been afraid to speak their mind, we've kind of got lost in how to even communicate without. There's no need to argue if you don't believe in the same thing.
Yeah, but we'll spread them out as well. We're not going to just have like more and more like out there ideas coming in. We'll just liberally scatter them amongst other things, so that
you don't expect
you're not. We don't want to take you down the rabbit. We want to keep going down the rabbit hole, coming back up again. Go down a little bit further, come back up again. Yeah,
we end up all down the same hole together. That's what we really want. You know what I mean?
Rabbits dig lots of holes.
Yeah. And they don't all end up in the same place either. Well, a man saying they need to make a Mys Diggy strain. I would not be mad at that. Boy, come on with it. Let's slide. Come on with it. Get it inside. What do we call it, man? Call it
Mother Lover, Don Smithers saying.
Yeah, that's a good one. Call it the Mother Lover. Yeah. I think you'd have to do that, innit? Mother Lover. Ooh,
yeah. What
Mother
would
Lover
you...
cross group. Oh, imagine that.
Yeah.
Mother Lover cross
From that point on.
Yeah. That Mother Lover. Well, that Mother Lover. Yeah. No, that Mother Lover's decent, man. Yeah, it's a decent strain still.
So what would you, at the moment, what would be your signature blend, do you think?
Oh, what would I cross? Damn, that's a hard one, man. I think I'd have to cross like an OG type strain, maybe something like Skywalker OG.
Locks come in with the best one there.
Yeah. Mystrogen. Yeah. That's heavy. That's heavy, man. You gotta give me one for that. You gotta give definitely for the idea of even making a strain. You lot, you know what I mean? You gotta talk to the right people, of course. Yeah. We got to talk to the right people, of course. But yeah, I would like to. I'll probably cross like a Skywalker OG with some kind of cookies to get like a real wafery, you know what I mean, spicy OG. Like, like a spicy. That would be. That'll get me started, man. Yeah, that'd be sick though. Call it. Lab Cat said mother butter.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. Mother butter.
JMO, is it? Yeah. You need to breed a Mys Diggy strain, a Digman Freud strain. Yeah, so one that's slightly more heady, analytical, goes in, you know, so you sit there and like this.
Yeah, one would have to be a stoner, like proper indica.
Yeah.
I think the Digman Freud would have to be that, and then the Mys Diggy is the that shit, I fucking do something, man. Yeah, there's a strain that does that lemonade. It's like a high sativa. It's one of those, you know, it's like a high sativa strain. And man, it's like you have a coffee. It's like you've had a coffee or something. And I'm just, I was like, yeah, cool. Cheers, brother. And I'm driving. I was like,
I gotta get stuff done.
Yeah, in my head, by the way, for, you know, don't smoke and drive. This is all in my head. I've been driving like, what the fuck, man? I feel like I've had a coffee, and then it's like, rah.
And you realise you're just sitting there going like that.
And then just take a deep breath.
You're still in the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Shit, man. Oh. Yeah, that'd be weird, boy. If we did that, not many people would be blazing. For sure. If it really, you know how people go, oh, people smoke weed, damn, they haven't got good memory, they always forget shit. It's like, it ain't that bad, man.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Like, there's people who don't blaze that got fucked up memory. You know what I mean? They're just all over the gap. They're all over
it's
the
all
place.
other things, hormones, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Don Smithered, I'd cross forbidden fruit with Sunday Driver.
Ooh, that's a dangerous one. Forbidden fruit is like, it's juicy, man. Yeah, very tangy. And then Sunday Driver's got a nice creamy. It's interesting because it very much is like, you blaze it and then you feel like, yo, I just want to go on a little cruise. Just like, yeah, it's weird.
Is it indica?
No, I think it's a 50-50.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Not in the car.
Nah, it's not in the car. But it's close.
Sunday driving in the car.
Yeah, man. See, Jay knows about that lemonade, boy. It's a bit dangerous, man. Simnabud. Mr. Green, check him now. Simnabud. People be like, have you got some of that
strain you might not never know nothing about?
Yeah, what is this? Wait, what strain is that? Something you might not never know nothing about. Come on, man. What strain is it, though? Something you might not never know nothing about. You know that non-stop. Bruv, stop playing, man. What strain is that? Bruv, it's something you might not... This is... They'll be like, bruv, you're taking a piss, man. The smoke spots, yeah. The sort of conversations that pop up, man. He's like, yeah, man, I'm buzzing, but you lot are blazed up. You've had too much. Yeah, White Widow ruled the world at one stage. IBMC is not lying, man.
Yeah.
The grand old days of White Widow. The grand old days of Skunk #1. Huh? What happened to that? What happened to just a little
It's
bit of
hidden
red
in there
string?
somewhere. And within
It's
all those
chromosomes.
strains, still in there.
I'm still fucking, I run this
Yeah.
shit. If it weren't for me, y'all motherfuckers wouldn't be out here. Skunk #1, hating on all the strains, boy. The billions of strains out there now.
Yeah.
Yo, man's like, I don't even know what the fuck I am, bruv, but you know, there's so many new strains.
Someone needs to bring it back, just as a, you know, like a sort of Weed 1000 instead, like a sort of cyborg version that just comes back.
The interesting
tries
thing
to destroy all the other strains.
yeah, about you saying that is there are obviously connoisseurs out there, growers and whatnot, and some do believe they have, you know, the original skunk. The original
Still
skunk,
wearing all like the 90s clothes. Still wearing growers.
90s clothes.
Growers.
Still mad baggy and
yeah.
that. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Big trainers, still just
Versace
shades
shades
like
and
that.
shit.
The old equipment, 90s equipment, loads of really high cost light bulbs.
Vinyl.
Yeah.
Strictly vinyl. Like radio, tape cassette. Yeah, none of that other shit. Not even Minidisc. Nah, fuck that new shit, bro. Fuck Minidisc.
Not even got
New
the
shit.
internet, just got a Game Boy.
Yeah, no. That's on 2G, no internet. Yeah. Just text me, bro. Just text me. No, actually, it takes me too long to text. Just won't drop me. Why do ring me, man? You know that, man, that texting is like, yo, this shit. I got 3 digits. Ah, fuck, you know, I fucked up that. I misspelled it. You know, you go all the way back. You can't, like, touch screen. Yeah, boy, that's the life, man. If you want to live that life, that's you, boy. I got a couple people like that's them. 2G that, bruv. Yes, don't do the texting. Don't do the texting, man. Yeah.
You just get yes or no back.
Yeah, you just get a reply. Like you get a phone call. Like, bruv, are you there? Or yes or no. It's like, bruv, let me call you because that shit takes too long. I was getting corporal tunnel syndrome off of just one sentence replies and shit. Like, baby, you never send me XX. Like, bruv, by the time I finish, I ain't, come on, man.
You got to press
You got me to
9
XX.
3
Like,
times.
you know I love you.
XXX. You got 9, wait, 9, wait, 9, wait, send.
Oh, shit, I fucking misspelled. Yo, yeah, man, that shit's dangerous, boy. Dangerous. Dangerous. The remix. Yeah, boy. But it's a beautiful world, man. You know, when we can get all these different strains, I ain't gonna lie. It's a beautiful world. As much as, and you know, big up to all the functional stoners as well. Because there's a lot of people that complain about getting high, but still get high. It's like, bruv, you got to deal with it. If you can't deal with it, drink some water, some orange juice, or just don't blaze. Maybe just don't blaze for a bit. You know what I mean? Go and do some exercise, do some press-ups or something. Yeah, but if you can handle it, you get your work done. You're always on time. You don't forget shit like people say you do. Bruv, you're good, man. Functional stoners, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the functional stoners all around the world. All the undercover stoners as well. There's a lot of them. Bare MMA fighters, they blaze it up. It will slip out here, there. People like, yeah, no, have a little, yeah. Yeah, I'll just do it for recreational. Yeah, man. So Smithers is saying Skunk No. 1 originals have just become available again. Only cracked twice since 1988. Interesting. Ooh. Man said, Labcat said a Cali Mist cross. Yeah, Cali Mist is friggin' nice, man. I think it's got some sherbet in it. Somewhere in there, because the way that it's very sweet on the tongue. You know what I mean? Very good idea. Jack Hera. Wow, Robbie loves talking about Jack Hera. That used to be his favorite in the early 2000s. See, those were the early days, man, where it was like Jack Hera,
I had that
Northern
in
Lights.
Amsterdam, I think. I remember getting that in Amsterdam, yeah.
Yeah. Was that when we went that time, or? No, that was...
No, I think it was back in probably like 2000 or something, yeah.
IBMC's, boy. Proper bibliography. The Skunk No. 1, then Super Skunk, then Silver Haze, then Super Silver Haze. Wow. For real, it was like
the
that.
Family.
Man.
That's like the list of kings in the Bible.
For real, innit? For real, you know. It's like the Mount Rushmore of...
Skunk 1 begat Super Skunk. Super Skunk begat Silver Haze.
Yeah, for real, boy. Super Silver Haze begat Silver Haze. And what was it? And what's the phrase that you read in the scripture? And the time, what was it? And then the time, then the time came, or something like that. It's like a phrase that always pops up. And saw that it was good. Yeah, man. Definitely got to get that strains going, boy. I'm going to chat to a couple people, see, you know what I'm saying? I think my Estrogen might have to be the original, and then move on. Shout out to Voodoo Vibes. Killed it on the tremendous track. Appreciate that, man. We're going to go out with that one. IBMC's White Shark, White Rhino, Bubblegum, and Scent Star. The Bubblegum, Bubblegum was definitely one of them old school strains as well. And originally it did have a bit of a Hubba Bubba Bubblegum thing going on, but then after a while it's just more of a hazy thing. And sometimes the haze is just like, it's too metallic. I'm not really into the, you know what I mean? I only got these gold teeth that give me the metallic flavor, man. I don't need hazes doing that to me. And sometimes they can be a bit too sativa-y as well. You're just like, yeah, bruv, I can't listen to you right now, man. You know, you can't sit still like, yo. Man lace the thing. Yeah, old Smokey on crack, boy. On the PCP. Smokey on Friday when he's on the dust, boy. Jesus. Yes. And indeed, bruv. Big up to Robbie Love, man. Gotta give a shout out to Leon Edwards, boy. If you didn't see it, why? UFC on the weekend just gone. What day is it? Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday, bruv. If you ain't watched it by now, you're not a fan of it. So here's a spoiler if you ain't watched it and you want to know what the results were. You probably already know because I said it. Leon Edwards. We have a UK welterweight UFC champion, mother lovers. Let me, you know what I mean? Just hit the clap button. for Leon Rocky Edwards. And bruv, it came from nowhere, boy. He had everyone, like he was saying in the post-fight interview, he said everyone was doubting him, and he's not lying. The commentary, everyone. The first round, he won the first round. Like, he managed to take this guy down who's never been taken down before. He managed to mount this guy, meaning he was sitting on his stomach type thing.
Yeah.
That's never happened to him before. He managed to take his back and, you know, nearly get him in a rear naked choke. Never happened to him before. So he'd kind of broken this whole thing in the first round, but then in the second, third, and fourth, the tide had turned, and it seemed like he just wasn't pulling the trigger. You know what I mean? You know, when you watch these things and you realize, like, fighting in altitude, if people, I know all these lot have been climbing mountains, up hills, sometimes you get to a height where the air's a lot thinner and your body just ain't working the same way. And a lot of fighters, what they'll do is sort of go to that area a couple weeks before the fight.
Like climatize.
Yeah, and climatize and kind of train and whatnot. But there's studies that show that, you know, a couple weeks is not enough. And especially when you're training, and you're quite used to training because you do that a lot more than you actually go into the cage and fight. So therefore, you can push yourself and feel like, yeah, I'm really pushing myself. But then when you go into a fight now, you've got this energy from the crowd. You know, you've got all these cameras on you, all these lights. It's a whole different type of energy. And from what he was saying, you know, he just felt like he was zapped. He wasn't sure what it was. But he feels like, yeah, it's probably the altitude, because other fighters, the same thing was happening during their fights, where you had guys like putting their hands on their knees, just like, and then fighting again and shit like that. So obviously the altitude was a thing. But man, 5th round came, and it was just like, man, you know, that's it, innit? Because my man always wins like this. He just punch, take you down, you wrestle in, you know. But then from nowhere, my man just went jab, straight, and behind the straight, a left kick just come behind it. So this guy's thinking this straight punch is coming, so he like parries it to get out of the way. So parrying is pushing the hand like that, and then to duck to get out of the way, crack. This shin just comes to shin, and he drops like a rag doll. He just drops out. Bam. Yeah. We was just like, yo, 5 in the morning, or whatever time it was, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Yo, for real? Yeah, man. You know, it was nuts, bruv. And then his post-fight speech was sick. He was just mad humble, but he was just like, look at me now. Look, everyone was saying I couldn't do it. They said you can't do it from England. You have to move to America. You know, like, bam. I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like it slipped to a pandemic. I have to rewind it a couple of times. He's like, you know, I didn't know if it was going to make it because it's with the pandemic. And you know, like, all this shit is like, oh, but I don't know. You don't have to rewind it. Maybe, I was blazed by then. It was like 5:30 in the morning. So, yeah, but I was like, yo. So, yeah, that was brilliant to see. And big up to Leon Rocky Edwards. We now have another, you know, Bisping was a UK champion before. But, you know, he's retired now. But now we have the UFC champion in the UK. Hopefully, there's going to be either a rematch or him fighting somebody in the UK, man. And boy, you know what I mean? People got to support that, man. He's a humble guy, like a true martial artist. I've actually interviewed him before when I was working with Woe TV, which is a MMA sort of outlet. And, man, he's just real. He's raw. It's just like one of the man them. You're chatting to someone that you know type thing. It's not, you know, all kind of awkward, and he's just cool, man. So to see someone like that win the belt, it really means something.
And he's got like the disarming Birmingham accent as well.
Yeah. So he's got the Brummy accent. Yeah. Look at me now. Look at me now. They said I couldn't do it. They said I wouldn't be able to do it. Look at me now. I'm from the trenches. It's like, yo. Like, yeah, he's gone viral as crazy off of that because he's got the head kick knockout and he's also got all the mount, like in the MMA world, the fact that he mounted him, like all that is going to go viral as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was wicked to see, man. Salute. That's inspiration right there. Paddy the Baddy. People loving Paddy the Baddy, boy. Everyone knows about Paddy the Baddy, man. Yeah, Usman's definitely mad, man. But I think he's handling it well. You know what I mean? It's like that thing of he was a very dominant champion, very good fighter. Not like the most exciting for everybody, but at the same time, when you kind of admire that somebody can maintain such a winning streak, and then also just seemed so dominant. He seemed like there was no flaws, like you couldn't get him. But then obviously, yeah, he's more of a wrestler that turned into a better striker, whereas with Leon, he's got more of a striking background, but then learned how to focus on the wrestling, because his actual last loss that Leon ever had, since was to Usman, was to the other guy. So it's 7 years since then, and they've both never lost a fight since then. Like, yeah, so then it was such a proper Rocky story, man.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that his nickname is Rocky as well.
Yeah.
It's like, yo. So yeah, man, salute to Leon Edwards. For sure.
So does that mean you're doing a wrap up? Or I think that's what they're asking.
Yeah, I was trying to get off of that.
No, but
no, between him and Anthony Joshua, I'm tempted, bruv.
Yeah, but as I said, earlier on in the chat before the show started, is that it's not the doing it that's the problem. It's like it is at a time of year when everybody else is relaxing, and it's a lot of work to try and put in just to get it out on a certain day. And if it was crowdfunded, then it might be a different story.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we could push for that, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I'm definitely tempted off the back of that, and then obviously the whole.
Don't say it for free.
Anthony Joshua.
Don't just say I'm tempted to do.
Yeah, you're right. Well, the temptation is there. Maybe you lot can tempt me even more, though. You know what I mean? Put a little pinky in the piggy bank.
Wet the old beak. Maybe that will tempt you a bit more.
Low 3 says, I remember Tiger Skunk. Bare orangey one just
Don
after
Smithered.
Super Skunk.
Sorry. Don Smithered. We need a crowdfunding mission. The number, that would be something that we'd have to think about and get back to you about that.
Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll chat to Black Einstein, you know what I mean?
Because there's a few people involved, so it's
video and all that.
Black Einstein's fees, they're higher at Christmas. I know.
Yeah, and the other thing as well. Yeah, the other thing as well, just so people understand, is that it's not like a 3-minute, 4-minute track.
No.
So everything then, 6, you've seen it, man. Them shit's go on for 7 minutes or whatever, because there's so much shit you got to try and cram in.
Yeah. So
I think for you, man, them that have done recording or whatever, how much longer that is of recording you got to do. How much longer writing, how much longer reciting, how much longer recording, how much longer, in terms of arranging the beat and then now mixing. You got to go through that how many times. So it's a lot more work than you think. But I get it. It looks like it's magic. Like shit just comes out and you're like, oh man, But that shit takes time. And so that's what it kind of all of that is like. But obviously we can have a look at
ad libs. That's Don Smithers, right? Yeah, you got ad libs on there as well. The time.
Yeah, it's true though. Even ad libs. Now, you know what? You're not even lying, bruv. There was something I used to do to try and get through it a bit quicker. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, it's
speed
long,
it
man.
up and then do all your ad libs in a lower voice.
What was it I used to do? Because I don't know the shit off by heart either. I'm reading it, and you know what I mean.
And some of it's written that because stuff happens over Christmas as well. So you don't want to be news cucked and end up not having the actual big piece of news in there. And so you just, even if you think of it as like 30 seconds per month of the year, it's still 6 minutes long.
Yeah. And
30 seconds per month, that's 7.5 seconds per week that you've got to write. You've only got 7.5 seconds for every week of the year. If loads of stuff happened in that year, 6 minutes is like a conservative amount of time for a track, about a year long, about what's happened over a year.
Yeah.
6 minutes is, you got to cram it all in for that.
Yeah, it's a lot, man, but I'm not complaining, man, because
no.
But like, yeah, it's tempting, man. Woof, AJ. But Regatology said AJ got an album out next week. Well, album out next. Shout out to your Moore in the building. She landed. I didn't notice she landed, but she's there.
She snuck in.
Well, yeah, it's a tricky one, man, because we got to wait and see how AJ is. Was it a mental health thing, or is it just he just switched? Like, this is the real him. There are a lot of people saying that's the real him. I don't know if you saw what happened at the end of his fight.
No. What?
Boy, I mean, there's a video out there. I think it's Sky Sports that put out a video, uncut, of what happens once they announce the winner, which was Usyk. Spoilers, you know what I mean? If you don't rate boxing like that, that's why you don't know yet. But you do know now because you ain't a boxing fan, so it doesn't matter that I spoiled it for you. Basically, my man, obviously, he looked like he kind of accepted it, like he's lost. You know, the passive-aggressive smiling. Next minute, he kind of walks around a bit, and he walks over to Usyk's corner and kind of spuds a couple people. Then he spuds another one, another one of Usyk's corner, and then some other guy that wasn't, I don't think he was in his corner, but he was a short guy dressed in black. He looked like he might have been part of his security, was grabbing his arm, and then he was like shrugging him off, and then carried on spudding, and then it looked like he was kind of going back and forth with somebody a little bit. And then I see him walk back towards where Usyk and that was. He looked like he was, plotting on something. Like, he looked like he was plotting on something. Tell me if I'm lying, you lot. Plotting, my man, he looked this way, then he walked this way, and then it's like he went, fuck it. And he went and grabbed the 2 belts that my man just won, picked them up, turned around, picked them up, and went to the other side of the ring. And he's like, about these belts? What? You think he gives a fuck about these belts? And then he looks down where he could throw them, and he went, fuck these belts, man, and just threw them out. Yeah, it's like, what? And he took the belts, and Usyk was looking at him like, bruv, what are you doing? The thing just got announced, you know. So no one's had any word on the mic or nothing like that yet. The man is doing all this through the thing, and then people were like, yo, what's up with that? What's that? And he was like, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
he just switched. Yeah, it was like, yo, is he having a psychotic episode or what's going on? Storms out of the ring, runs like, and then him and his crew, they kind of walk like as if they're going to leave the arena, but then he stops because people must have been saying something to him. Booing, yeah, there were people booing and all that.
Okay.
And then he walks back. So it kind of looked like, right, they've lost, they've forgotten where they were going. They've gone the wrong way or something like that. But then he came back, went back into the ring. Where's the mic? Give me the mic with the mic. And then he just went on this, like,
His Kanye moment.
It was a slight Kanye moment, man. For real. Yeah, it was a bit, he tried to, I guess he was trying to redeem himself, but man, it was like, what is going on, bruv? You could tell that he didn't really want to accept the loss, and he was just saying like, Usyk went up to him and he goes, look, man, you're very strong. You're a very strong fighter. And he goes, well, what's that? That doesn't win fights, though. That doesn't win fights. If I'm so strong, how did you beat me then? How did you beat me? How? It's because you got skill. I don't have the skill. Strength is all right, but you don't. It's like, wow, man, he's really upset with himself. That shit's hard, man. The amount of pressure that he's been put under for all these years, like my brother-in-law is both of them are very like well versed in this boxing world and that. And, they talk about like the fact that he got fast-tracked because he had the look, he won, even the Olympics was questionable if he won it, and all that. And then it was like, bam. Then you got Eddie Hearn in the post-fight press conference, like reeling off, if you know what this guy's had to go through. And he starts reeling off all of these like fights that he's had and where and big places and against who and all that. And it's like, bruv, you're the one who put them fights on though. Like, how are you talking like that right next to him when it's like you've put him through that? You're saying, do people know what he's been through? You could tell that he was trying to like keep the relationship tight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but man, that guy's been under a lot of pressure, and it's like whether not to say he doesn't deserve it or whatever, but whether he was ready for it. Yeah. In a sense of skill wise is another. Klitschko was an older guy when he beat him. and he knocked him down as well. You
Mm.
know, like there's like a lot of things that people look at now in hindsight, like, rah. Yeah, Jay, you're right. It was about that 8-4 to Usyk. You know what I mean? Yeah, he took the loss sorely. Definitely, you're right. And I think there's quite there's a side that we don't see. People talk about like he's not showing us who he truly is because he's, you know what it is. He's a very clean cut guy. You know, it's not the guy that went to jail and he was reeling off all this shit in his speech. He was talking about, you know what? I haven't been boxing since I was 5 years old. You know, I learned from jail. I saw these little youths in Reading, 2-2s now. You know, he's like, I went, like, basically he went to learn fighting so that if he went jail, he could fight. He went to learn boxing, so if he went jail, he could fight. He bust his case. That's what he said, I bust case. You know what I mean? Man's in Dubai talking about busting case, you get me? And then he was like saying that from there he just got into doing it, but his size is the reason why he can't throw combos like Rocky Mar. Oh, he doesn't throw combos like Rocky Marciano. It's because I'm 18 stone. I can't throw. You know, like, yeah, bruv. It was just like he wants to tell everyone everything. And then he went into them lots, you know, like it was like talking about Ukraine. He was like, yo, shit going on in Ukraine. And I don't know what's going on in Ukraine. But, huh?
It's putting me off. There's shit in Ukraine going on, and I'm trying to train, and then everyone's talking about Ukraine all the time.
No. Whoa, yeah, I don't know. At first, I was like, that's my man. Because he was like, when so-and-so fought, and won the blah, blah, blah belt, there was something going on in Ukraine, right? Right? It was good. And then when so-and-so fought, there was, and I was like, right, is he having a little woke moment? But no, I think it was just, because then he went, and Usyk, make some noise, and he won, and there's this going on in Ukraine now, so make some noise for him, man. Just for the fact that you know, it was that kind of thing. I'm paraphrasing everything I said. Like, I probably fucked it all up.
Yeah.
But, you know, you get the gist. So
he didn't just go, let's hear it for Ukraine, just so the crowd started cheering for him.
He you know, he went to, you could tell that he went to a dark place, and then slowly came out of it and realized, like, I better redeem the fuck out of this, boy.
Yeah.
Wow, Regantology said he's the UK's version of Drago. Wow. I'm guessing on about Usyk or... How one of the judges gave it to AJ, I will never know. J-Mo's not lying, boy. That's when you know boxing, you know, the way I see it is corrupted.
So it's like the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's just like, in my opinion, how it works, like not all the judges will be corrupt. But at least if one of them are, then you've got more of a chance of your bet winning. Do you know what I mean? Well, I don't know. They might all be, but I don't think, you know, it's like, and especially seeing the scorecards after, sometimes you're like, okay, but this one, you're just like, bruv, how did you give that to AJ? Like, what are you talking about, man? You know, man, it's hard, man. He just looked slower than Usyk. He looked faster than he did before, but still not enough to catch Usyk. Pardon me. And he tried. He did actually try in this one. And he wasn't as worn out as before, but man, my man was just dancing, man, dancing around. When you got that footwork, that movement, sheesh, not much you can do.
Especially if you're 18 stone. Yeah. It's not my fault I'm big boned.
Shout out to P Hawk. He says, big up Sanchai. Yeah, man. How about Sanchai and Muay Thai? Sanchai that's proper entertainment, boy. He's one of them Muay Thai guys. Does a lot of flippy moves, and he's really good at like ducking high kicks and whatnot. It's like they just read when that leg's coming up and they just lean back. So it looks pretty cool because it's like some Matrix shit. And then he just started, he plays around with fighters and all that as well. But yeah, that Muay Thai shit is next level, man. The man are doing that from amoeba, as soon as they bust, as soon as they come out the womb, bam,
kick it in the womb. Yeah.
Like, yo.
They just put the head thing on them as soon as they come out. Play that
Shit,
music.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Yeah, man. All right, so we got to shout out the connoisseurs, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get yourself the best CBD products, when I'm talking about CBD products, I'm talking about the fact that let me say this right. Cannabinoid is one of over 100 active cannabinoids. Jesus! In cannabis, yeah, don't try and say that all in one go.
What
and has
one's that
been
you're on
used
now?
has been used historically. Now I'm on the gelato. Yeah, it's dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah. Can
So
lead to mispronunciation.
yeah, definitely. I better put that on the review as well. Innit? Put that on the review, boy. CBD. So cannabis has been used historically for its many health benefits without the high association with THC. So what I've been learning is that when you eat cannabis, but you don't cook it, it's
Yeah.
once you start heating it up is when the THC starts becoming quite active. You know, and so that's what Sam was talking about with the whole THC. You get it to a certain, that's why burning it.
Yeah.
Actually,
So
and then when people make cookies, they cook it and that burns, and that creates the psychoactive.
it becomes soluble at a certain temperature.
Yeah. But otherwise, people were eating it like Sam was talking about, but it'd be raw. It was like in the salad or whatever. So you lot know it's a natural food supplement. CBD is a natural food supplement. It's a great way to support your body's endocannabinoid system, the ECS. And guess what? Every mammal on Earth has an ECS. That's right, even your local elephant. CBD is extracted via CO2 critical extraction, leaving oils containing high levels of CBD as well as other vital cannabinoids, terpenes, terpenoids, amino acids, and omega-3, 6, and 9 essential fatty acids. That's something we're not lying about, mother lovers. Is it legal? Of course it's legal in the UK right now and across Europe Union. Trust me, it will not get you high. You can get all types of products. Man, you got the chocolates, Belgian chocolates, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. You got natural balm, which is like they use coconut oil infused with the CBD. You can also get like CBD oil sprays, 15 milliliters, or you can go up to 30 milliliters. The interesting thing about the sprays is you can get an indica version or a sativa version. Indica is normally known as the calming, relaxing, some people might say monging feeling. And then sativa is more they both can bring a euphoric feeling, but sativa is like the more uplifting euphoric, can get you a little bit hyperactive. Some people might say annoying. But don't worry. These things, put it this way, the sativa doesn't work like that with the CBD oil, in my opinion. It's more a sort of, there's a adaptogen energy to it. So it's like if you're feeling a bit low energy, it will pick you up. If you're feeling a bit too high energy, it will, relax you a bit. Same goes with the oil, with the paste or the balms. You can rub them on your joints, rub them on your muscles after workouts and whatnot, and they really help inhibit pain. You can get 30 milliliter CBD sprays. You can also get a full spectrum, which is both the sativa and the indica. You got the chocolate stirrers. I can never miss them out because they are amazing. Basically, pour some water, hot water, into a cup. You get chocolate stirrer, CBD infused. Spin that bitch around. Jeez. Turns into a lovely milk chocolate that will get you nice and relaxed after a hard day's work. Make sure you go to cannabinoidsuk.com. And when you go there, you get your products. You go to the cart. Guess what you type in? You type in SYMNNKNA. That's right, SYMNNKNA. That's Simna. The acronym for something you might not never know nothing about. And you'll get yourself 20% off. Make sure you type it in capitals, capitulus. And you'll get yourself 20% off your order, mother lovers. cannabinoidsuk.com. I was trying to do my radio voice there. I don't know if I pulled it off. But yo, it's about that time we got to love you and leave you, bitches and bitchettes. You know what I mean? We didn't want to, we was going to do an hour, but it ended up, because you lot friggin' give us so much jokes. We ended up here doing what we do, man.
We just got one thing is the...
yes, of course. Before we forget.
Yeah.
Before we
Let me just bring this up.
Yeah, we definitely cover this, try and speak to someone about this, because, you know, it's an ongoing thing.
So if you're concerned about your energy bills, then you can go and look up this this group called don'tpay.uk, and they're just trying to get a load of people on board with the idea of cancelling, you know, your direct debit when the but on October the 1st. So it's not just about cancelling your direct debit. It's going to be that if the government don't respond before that time and set a reasonable price for everybody's energy, then they're suggesting that what we all do together is all cancel our direct debits at the same time on October the 1st, which is when the new tariffs are meant to be coming in for winter, which is going to kill a lot of people, obviously. So
yeah, kind of weird that, you know, you couldn't visit Granny in case you're going to kill her, but now it's all right for her to freeze to death.
Yeah, and it's like a non-partisan thing as well, you know, so it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you sit on, whether you're left or right or whatever fucking thing you conform to, because it's just about heating. So, you know, if you're, I don't think there's any political ideology out there that's like, no, let people freeze in the winter. No, everyone should freeze. Everybody, doesn't matter, you know.
I don't care about
even my own people freezing. Let everyone freeze. So, you know, it's something that worth looking into. You can be an activist in your area, handing out leaflets, which is, you know, they're just little leaflets. They'll send you some leaflets for £5, 1,000 leaflets, and you can put them on people's car windscreens or put through people's doors if you want, or stand in the street and hand them out. It don't matter. But it's very worthwhile thing to try and get sorted out. You know, and they can't arrest everyone at once, so don't worry about, you know, I think that's the point of getting a lot of people involved, is so that they can't target one person or one group, because there'll be so many people that are part of it.
It's
like
very,
poll tax.
Very tricky times, because obviously people, I think, are hesitant to kind of get involved in these sort of things in case they're the unlucky ones that end up
of course,
getting fined or going to jail or whatever. So it's I think it's sort of like a building. Is obviously trust has got to be built, you know, first of all, and then. But I think it is definitely time that people start being a bit more active about, you know, trying to find people and spread the word as well, because it's getting to a point where it's like you said, it doesn't matter who you are, what left, right, whatever part of the side of the bird you want to claim. It's like, yo, we're all being messed with right now. Whatever class you are, like, they're taking the piss now. And so
no one's going to get cheaper heating.
No, it's not going to, you know, you ain't going to be the lucky one. Like, we're talking about the unlucky one. You ain't going to be the lucky one. No. And it's happening for everybody. When they're talking, what is it, 250% or 300%?
Yeah, tripled in 2 years or a year or something.
That's crazy, bruv. That's crazy.
And what it is, they've got us on this thing like emergency tariffs. That's what they're doing. So because of the war going on between Russia and Ukraine, they've sort of put us at the highest level that it can be. It's called an emergency tariff. So we're sort of paying what we would be paying if there was no energy available, you know, or very little energy available, but there is still energy available. So they're basically putting us at this high rate to prevent any shock happening. If say all of a sudden all of the external energy got cut off and we all had to pay, we'd be paying what we're paying now. So they're doing it to try and, what they think is like, oh, we'll ease the shock of prices going up by putting the prices up now, so that if it ever goes, but it's bullshit. They're doing it to try and make as much money out of energy as they can before there's a crisis. So they're cashing in on a crisis, on a crisis that hasn't even happened yet. So my question to everybody is, what would you rather have, cheap energy or war against Russia? That's the truth of it, ain't it? You should be forcing Russia into negotiation, or Ukraine into negotiations with Russia, not saying, well, we're just gonna fight this war whatever happens. It's bad people, so we should be fighting them, whatever.
It's so convenient.
Yeah.
There's another thing about changing your meter as well. People talk about there are groups that are out there, qualified electricians and gas meter guys that can change the meter, because that's sort of the gateway to us being conned. Like the gas meter, the meters outside the house, and so it comes from like a parent company for that area, and then once it gets to the meter, the broker steps in and goes, hey, so this is ours now, and we're going to charge you. So, and because this is our property, but once you change the meter, now it's your property, but you have to get it by a licensed.
So you get it put inside the house, basically?
No, I think it's still where it just replaces the old one, but it's because it has to be regulated to some degree, right. And, they've got to say, like, yeah, this is fine, it's safe and all that. So, there's another angle there. But you lot have to look into that, man. There's, a whole bunch of groups out there. I think there's on Insta and Telegram and whatnot. But yeah, man, we got to fight back. If we don't fight back, this shit's going to carry on and it's going to get worse, man.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse, bruv.
That's it, yeah.
You know what I mean? But yo, we appreciate all you mother lovers coming through. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Robbie Love, P Hawk, Don Smithered, Gleam. Big up to IBMC's Mr. Green. Shout to Low 3, the Masked Detective. I said Don Smithered already in it. IBMC's. Jeez. Shout to the Lab Cats. Shout to Jay Measy. Yes, man. Good to have you involved, bruv. He's one of the silent listeners out there, boy. Letting us go in. Shout to Regantology. Yes, BLA. All the crew that were locked in, man. You're more. Low Life. I love the name. Shout to DJ Lock. I see you for Weds. I'm going to hit you up as well about what we need to do. And yo, I think we're going to go out with something in it as well. Yeah, man, I think that's all the crew. I always feel like I missed someone out because I'm just trying to scroll through. Shout out to Voodoo Vibes. Yeah, man, big up all the crew that were locked in, all the silent listeners as well. We appreciate you, mother lovers. Should have oh yeah, next week we won't be here because we've got the Thai Pass the Torch for Thai event at Jazz Cafe. So come through there if you can, if you're in the vicinity of London. Next week, Wednesday, August the 31st. We'll be down there with a whole bunch of different acts, man. Jesus Christ. Should we reel it off again just before we go?
Yeah, I'll just put it up on the screen.
Yeah, man, that's going to be, it's going to be one of them. You know what I mean? Nights to remember.
Yeah.
Ow. Of course, you see it there. Pass the Torch for Ty. Skinny Man, Genesis Elijah, Shorty Blitz, The Beatbox Collective, Freshers, Black Twang, Psycho Mantis, K9, Mice Diggy, Nutty P, Haroon Speaks, Amy True, Joker Star, Isata Sheriff, hosted by Peaches and DJ Baby Blue. That's at the Jazz Cafe, 31st of August. Make sure you lot come down to that, man. I think they've added a couple others as well. I believe I saw Esker's name on there, on a new flyer. So yeah, man, that's going to be wild. Going to be a lot of fun and definitely going to be emotional, I'll tell you that. But yo, we're about to be out. Listen, we appreciate each and every one of you locking in with us. We'll be back, not next week, the week after. some shit you might not never know nothing about. My name is Mys Diggy. That's Dan DNA. And guess what? We're out, mother lovers. We're going to be out with the track that's out there right now.
Hold on.
That's what I was doing there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, we're going to be out there with we're going to be out of here with a track entitled Talk, out on High Focus, produced by Forrest, DLG.
And
Tremendous, featuring Mys Diggy.
there you go.
Check it out, bitches and bitchettes.
I don't like you here. Facts, and if you need a second opinion, my reflection doesn't like you neither. Give me a window seat, please don't interrupt this diva. You created from scratch, some donuts and some roll-ups while I chug my beer. Don't touch my bag, and if you think I'm moving chic, get boisterous, don't touch my drag. Don't ask me for my ETA, I'm on the plane playing GTA and chatting up a spice with updates of what I need today. Well, at the same time, giving you the silent treatment of information I don't need to say. Still massaging, misogynist, see the gang, yeah, that's margin thin. Hand on the wheel of a pink sedan like a margin kid. Not sorry, I don't text more. I don't wanna hear no more quotes and fuck your pep talks. Who do you run to when the ones convinced they're making it better are the same reason you're even fucking stressed for? Don't wanna talk today, don't wanna talk today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, okay? I don't wanna talk today, don't wanna talk today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, okay? Give me some fucking space, give me some fucking space. Get out my fucking face, get out my fucking face. I don't wanna talk today, don't wanna talk today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, okay?
Right, here's a gem for you, Teddy. Look, I guess I should have said right then when you met me. Bruv, you got a lot to say, you've been telling me plenty. Why the fuck we gotta do it right here while I'm spending a penny? Never discussions, always bare interruptions. Think you're telling me something, but it's never with substance. Losing my nugget, wondering how did life rob me? Left all the puppets, now surrounded by zombies. Like this little creep in here that can't seem to disappear. The last thing I need to hear is these eyes screaming in my ears. Think you're living when you're invaliding. Bitching, got my middle fingers itching for an intermission. I'm done with them people who love to moan, though they sleep in a comfy home, just keeping it touch and go. But should that creature come up from beneath when they bug me, though, we'll soon see who be the one screaming, leave me the fuck alone, bruv.
I don't wanna talk today, don't wanna talk today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, okay? I don't wanna talk today, don't wanna talk today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, okay? Give me some fucking space, give me some fucking space. Get out my fucking face, get out my fucking face. I don't wanna talk today, don't wanna talk today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, okay? By default, you should put me in your hall of fame, but I make conscious decisions that contribute to my walk of shame. And it don't help that I'm stubborn, so I won't call your phone, and I won't call your name, but I will call your name when referring who's to blame. KFC on my lap, KMT at my way. Mrs. Ungrateful, always so quick to complain, knowing people doing worse, wish for these problems they would trade. Mrs. Unfaithful, always so quick to exchange. Him for her for him, and again, it's a game, and we played it for years. Didn't once stop my drive, cause the bonus never came with no claim. You know we're unstable, don't be confused by the pick. Having flings with happiness, it doesn't have to commit. I'm cutting you off before we meet at the start. That way the end result never has to exist. Don't wanna talk today, don't wanna talk today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, okay? I don't wanna talk today, don't wanna talk today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, okay? Give me some fucking space, give me some fucking space. Get out my fucking face, get out my fucking face. I don't wanna talk today, don't wanna talk today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, okay?